Hello, Aqua here again. Welcome back to FTB Unleashed. I think we're up to episode 24, which I've not said for a while. Episode 24, yeah, I've had some problems. I restarted the server this morning due to... what did I change? Don't remember. I changed something and restarted the server, and the server kept crashing. And it was due to something to do with either multi-part or wireless redstone. So I did mention this in the B episode I did yesterday, but I want to go into a little bit more depth now. I don't know what it was, but the short version is I had to delete multipart and wireless redstone out of my mods folder, and then fired up the server. So anything that was made using multipart or wireless redstone was deleted. So then I put them back in, restarted the server again. So I've got them all back again now. So actually, if you look in there, I checked these when I had it when I had them all deleted, and they were just red. They said there's nothing in them. Put it back and they're all okay again. So I am going to replace things. So at the minute my door don't work because of course this door used wireless redstone, and so did that door. And what else used wireless redstone? Not sure. Might have just been them two doors so far. Maybe just them two doors. I did have quite a bit of multi-block stuff in. One thing I had was I had loads of trim on the windmill there. That's gone. I had a couple of benches that I'd made from wool blocks that have gone, and my cow that no one's mentioned. I'm surprised no one's mentioned it. I looked at it a few times during episodes. I made it a few episodes back, and it looks shit now because all the multi-blocks have gone out a bit. But I had an almost pixel perfect cow face that now looks like it's been set on fire. But it's just because all the blocks that I'm missing was actually little separate squares. So picture each actual wool block as 4 pixels. I actually made it using all the little squares. So if you look at my previous videos, you may have noticed me saying moo and looking in this rough direction. I think you've maybe got that in the world download if you downloaded episode 20 as well. So I am surprised. I thought someone may have mentioned it in one of the videos, but no one did. So either no one cared or no one noticed. Poor Mr. Cow over there. Anyway, so yeah, I'm pretty sure Chicken Bones knows about it and is probably working to fix it. I did try putting the most up-to-date version of multipart on my server here, but that didn't fix it. So I've made sure I've saved the world again, so I've got a safe world save, and I'm probably not going to use any micro blocks just now. I'm multipart blocks. Micro blocks easy to say, but it's actually called multipart, isn't it? So I should call it by its right name. I'm not actually going to use any for now until we maybe get a version update, and I'll see if there's an issue with it. But it may be in the clay worktop I put in here, so this place doesn't look as tidy as it did. The clay worktop all the way around there using the clay covers. I've done some iron block and orange wool like guardrails around the up and down here. What else was little? I think pretty much, other than some parts around here which I've just replaced with fence posts. This was like had a floating roof because I did them with the thin pillars, but fence posts work just as well, I suppose. So yeah, there hasn't been much damage because of it, but there's been a little bit of damage. And yeah, wireless redstone, I'm pretty sure I've only used it for doors up to now, so that's okay. I was going to wire all the spawners up using it, so I'm glad I ain't done that yet. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty glad I ain't done that yet. So this episode, I'm going to do something different. Something actually I want to add on here while I remember, I keep forgetting, is division sigil crafting. So last Wednesday, so a week ago now, from when you're watching this, I made my division sigil active. That guy there, and I can make unstable ingots and make a thing called a builder's wand that I really want to try out. I haven't got around to making it yet, but I put that on the to-do list there, just so I don't forget. What we're going to get on with today, actually, ME Network Craft Extend. We're pretty much okay with that. I will keep extending it as I get more resources and things spread out, but I'm going to get rid of that for now because that's pretty much done. We've got an ME network, we've got auto crafting. what I have done is, if you look out here, I've actually started to run cable across. There's a ME cable under the water there. So I've done that on purpose, like well, the river in the city where I live, Hull, there's all kind of pipes and shit running through the water. So I've kind of done that on purpose. I've run it across just up to as far as this wall, I think, at the minute. Don't go any further. So I can go across to the bee farms or across into these farms with the ME network at some point. So we'll keep expanding that, but that's just more of an organic thing that will expand it as we build stuff now. So that can come off the to-do list. Mob farm, Ender with a blaze. Well, I did fill up the Enderman spawner, so we can turn that on now. And this is may give you a bit of a clue what we're going to actually do in this episode. Just look at that little bit of a train track there. So this works now. There's an Enderman with a pig on its head. Of course there is. So I've got Ender pearls on tap, which is very nice. Still got a spare spawner, of course, that I've not decided on yet. A couple of people said witches, which is very good, but witches drop all kind of shit, and I don't know if I want to have to deal with all the shit they drop at the minute, like empty potion bottles and sticks. Well, sticks is alright, I suppose. In fact, it's all alright, to be honest. I suppose I should do a witch spawner at some point. That's probably the most useful thing. I may do a charged creeper spawner. I don't know if that'll work. Oh, was it Skegfast? Someone said that it looks lonely. Might have been Skegfast. I don't know who it was who said the comment. Sorry if I can't remember who it was, but they said I should get a nitro creeper from the nether to keep him company. And although I've not put it up there yet, if we look into there, you will see in that jealous safari net I've got a nitro creeper in there. I went and caught one. A couple blew up before I managed to get one, but I've got one. Don't know if it'll go into a reusable safari net. If it does, I can actually use it. I could have a nitro creeper spawner, just for the sake of having one. Get me gunpowder, which you don't really need so much because you need it for Greg Tech, but without Greg Tech, it's not that important. So yeah, mob farms at the minute. We can get rid of that. So the mob farms in a good enough state. I am going to set them up with level control at some point. What I'm going to do is, at the minute, you see there, I've got that one tesseract, which I select which one I want. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have 4 tesseracts on the wall here, each with a level emitter from ME Network, touching it so that when the numbers drop below a certain amount, so in there, I've actually got, is it that one? There we go, we've got an actual 8,128 blaze rods in there. I actually forgot about it when I came back. I've also got another spare 5,500 in there as well. But what I'm going to do this similar to how I've got the cobble and stuff, that a level emitter will turn the tesseracts on using the redstone control, which will turn the spawner on. So I'll just be able to maintain a level. I made that a little bit littler, partly because the issue I had before, that it's actually on a chunk boundary there. So when I came back, the extension panel there had messed up, so I took it off and I thought it looks a little bit less intrusive like that anyway. So I'll keep that there so you can get my details if you're new to my channel and want to know where. Whoops, just pressed the wrong button. Professional as always. So yeah, I'll leave that there. I meant to press F9 to turn that off and I actually stopped recording. What a noob. So we're up to Steve's Cart's tree farm. Ooh. Now I have tested this. It does actually work. There's been some debate whether it works or not, and the most important thing to make it work. So we're looking at Steve's Cart tree farm for force trees, because force trees get us force wood, force log, this stuff, and this stuff, if you press U on it, you can see you can squeeze it into liquid force. So just for the sake of using a different power source, I shall be okay. Dictionary, coke oven, assembly table. There we go. Squeezer. One force log gets you 1/10 of a bucket of liquid force, but if it's an automated farm, it'll be alright. So that's the plan: is to squeeze logs to get a source of liquid force first. Some force engines. Of course, I've got a tank full of milk, so I can run them at 10 mg a tick. And with the bees, we'll eventually get the crushed ice, which makes them run at, I think, 16 MJ tick off the top of my head. So let's go with that then. Steve's Cat's Tree Farm. First thing you need for a Steve's Cat's Tree Farm is a cat assembler. So you can't do anything without that. So simple PCBs. I'm going to add all these recipes to this thing, of course. That's the whole point of having this thing. So shift click. This is so much better now that you can shift click things into there. It makes it really straightforward. So one cat assembler. I'm also going to need the recipe. Oops. For simple PCB there, aren't I? So let's put a simple PCB recipe in there as well. Encode. And a bit of an itchy nose. What's going on there? So where can this go? Thermal expansion, extra B stuff. It can go in there with extra B stuff. Extra B's and Steve's Cats can go on this page. So that's our first thing. That should let us make a nice cat assembler. Thank you very much. And I'll make the PCB, then I'll make the cat assembler. Wonderful. Look at that. ME crafting, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful. That can go there. So what we need to do is we need to build things up in here. Now, say I'm having a quick test in a test world. Eventually we want to maybe make in this thing, Galgadorian woodcutter, but yeah, that's unbreakable. It takes like 2.5 hours to make, so I'm never going to make in this episode. So what I'm going to do is, for now, I'm going to make the basic one. So basic woodcutter, which still uses diamonds and stuff. I'm going to put all the recipes for these into here. So let's go down, see what we need. So we're going to need one cargo manager, but we're going to need these bits anyway. So let's start putting recipes in. So that's recipes for, I forgot what it's called already. Huge iron plates. Well, that's what I already did, dickhead. Large iron plates then. Huge iron plates, large iron plates. They come from iron panes. Iron panes use chest panes. Jesus. So that's them covered. And huge iron comes from iron pane, yeah, okay, that is that covered. So then this one here, dynamic pane. Encode. Large dynamic pane, is that what I just made? Yeah. So little dynamic pane. Encode. And that uses the iron pane that we've already got, I think. Jesus man, this is a mess, isn't it? Yeah, okay, so that's, I'm glad I ain't doing this manually, to be honest. Let's stick all these things in here. Lovely. Put them in some kind of sensible order. How does that look? That looks alright, doesn't it? Right, so that should make us a cargo manager, I think. Let's have a look if we've got everything. So I'm only going to want one of them, so I'm actually going to make that in here. I'm not going to set up a pattern for that, but it should have all the... Ah, shit, of course, we're going to have to. Never mind. Ignore me. Encode that. Can always get rid of that again. These to get rid of them, by the way, if you ever want to get rid of one of these patterns, you just put it in your hand and then shift right click and it's a blank pattern again. So you can get rid of them nice and easy. Put it back in there. We'll encode it again because we need it. I actually need to make one of these, so I could, in theory, what's it called again? Cargo manager. Could craft one of them. That's going to craft all the bits that I don't think I put everything in for. Oh no, looks like it's making everything. Wonderful. So that should be in the, there it is. Excellent, one cargo manager. So I'm only going to need that one. I might need some more of these depending on what modules I make. But as far as that goes, we can get rid of that. But, yeah, screw it, I'll leave it for now. Just in case. So, cargo manager, we don't actually need that particularly right now though. What we do need is... The best way of looking at this, you look in there, you'll see what you need. So first of all, you need a hull. I've actually made the thing there for the actual farm, but we don't actually need that just yet. I'll show you, in fact, the things that we need for the farm are that. We also need a special bit of rail track, this thing, advanced detector rail. So I need to make stone pressure plates, which are vanilla. And then them guys. So let's stick them in there. Stone pressure plate should really be in my vanilla page, but no matter. They're called them, so I'll actually make two of them because you can't make just one. There we go. Two of them. So the actual bits you need for your farm before you even set your thing up. You shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be doing this first really though, because you do need to set the you do need to, it takes a lot of time to actually make the cart, so I could be making this while I was making the cart. That's what you need there though. You need an advanced detector rail next to a cargo manager. That's your interface that our farm's going to talk to, our cart's going to talk to. So there's that bit, and then of course this is just standard track, vanilla track that I've pinched from cheeky. That I've pinched from abandoned mine shafts and such. Come here, you can't just stab me like that and then haha, face. Oh, if you do download the world, by the way, just be aware that. Oh, I put a pressure plate. There's a hidden pressure plate that opens that door there, by the way. Be aware that whenever you restart the world, some of these engines won't be on. You just have to turn the lever on and off. There's a lever in the same place on each of these. Turn the lever on and off, it'll start all the engines up. But yeah, whenever if you're downloading my world and whenever you restart the server, there's an invisible pressure plate there as well to get out. Whenever you restart your server, then you need to check on them, make sure that they're turned on. I could do a little program, I guess, that does that, but sounds like I'd rather go to a dentist. Magic stuff for now goes in there, yeah. Okay, so that spare one we're probably not going to use, that advanced detector rail. But yeah, let's get on with the cart. So the first thing you need is a hull. Now, there's this thing, reinforced metal, reinforced wheels. It's a lot of fun, but that takes hours. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a real standard one first, and then we're going to gradually upgrade it. So iron ingots, iron wheels are just sticks and iron. So let's get on with that. So what do we want? Iron wheels pattern, please. Thank you. And then standard hull pattern. Thank you. So I'll put that and that in there. Now this has changed a bit back. That you saw no durability, but now these things are going to be wearing out, and the extra stuff I put in. But what's it called? It was called a standard hull. So I'll craft a standard hull. So we've got a standard hull now. So if you put that in your cart assembler, you'll see that now. Look, it's got a hull capacity of 200, complexity cap of 50, total cost 0 at the minute, and it's going to take 5 seconds to assemble. So if I assembled that, we'll just get an empty cart. Nothing really useful to go in that. I think because with all these extra stuff, you can actually change carts once you've made them now, which you couldn't do before. Once you've made it, you were stuck with it. So let's go down the list. What do we need then? So next thing we need an engine. So I'm going to run it. So you see this maximum engine count is 3. So 1, 2, 3. You see these two blanks off, and you'll see that my complexity cap and my modular capacity, they're important. So let's look at what we've got here engine wise. We've got this solar engine, that's X32 modular cost. Tiny coal engine only costs 2. Basic solar 12. Well, what I'm going to do is I want to use a standard coal engine, and we'll use some of the charcoal that I've got. Standard coal engine, that's just 615. Pistons, furnace, and so on. Nice and easy, nice vanilla stuff. But there is other engines we could have. The solar ones, of course, are only going to run at day, and sometimes your trees can block the sun, so a little bit can shoot yourself in the foot if you just put a solar engine on. The safest bet, if you're going to put any one engine on, you just put a standard coal engine. So coal, craft one of them. So it should be making pistons and furnaces. Can it make furnaces? Don't think it can it? Interesting. Let's add fairness to the thing, and I'm going to take that, put it on page 1 with the rest of my vanilla stuff. Yep, I've not done fairness yet. Okay, fairness, there we go. So now that should have crafted it, and it has. So a coal engine is our first thing that we can add then. So look in there now, click coal engine in there. So it's got an engine. Look, and it's the assembly time now is 1 minute 41, and our hull capacity 200. We've used 15 of that cost. Next thing is your tool. So for the tool, we're going to go with a basic woodcutter. There we go, basic woodcutter. That needs all these things. So let's add the patterns for these. So wood cutting core, encode, which needs an advanced PCB, encode, and we've got the basics. We've got a simple PCB encoded already, I believe, haven't we? We have. There's a simple one. Excellent. So we can already make that. So that's the wood cutting core done, and then these saw blades, encode them, and we should now, I don't know why I didn't actually do the full thing itself, basic wood cutter, put that in there, encode, and now we can make that thing. Excellent. Let's make that then. I've got only a few saplings in here. I might have to get some more. I think I do. Back in a sec. Okay, I just grabbed a few saplings, like half an inventory full, just so I've got some in there if I need them for anything. Not that I don't think I will need them for much things like, but so let's have a look here. Wood, basic wood cutter, begin. So see how long this takes to craft. So it's going to make PCBs and stuff. That's pretty quick, wasn't it? So the speed of my crafting is due to all the CPU upgrades I've got in there, of course. So now basic wood cutter, that goes in there. Our total cost now is 49. We're up to 11 minutes craft time. Now the Galagadorian one, it's like hours. The craft time's hours for it. So, but that's what we'll eventually do if this works okay. I think we'll move up to the Galagadorian one. This one, I think it only gets so much of what it's mining. It misses some of the stuff, which is a bit weird. But yeah. So there's that slot done then. Engines, tool, attachments. We could put an attachment on. We could put a fertilizer attachment on. Let's do that. Let's look for a fertilizer. Is that it? Fertilizer it is. Glass bottles. We've got any glass bottles? I'm probably going to make one of these, so I'll just grab a couple of glass bottles instead. Let's grab some from over here. And what do we need for that then? We need bone meal. We need a simple PCB, so let's make a simple PCB. Thank you, and then we can make that in there then. We should have all the bits we need. We have. Wonderful. Fertilizer, so let's look at it. It's got a cost of 10, and that's an attachment. There you go, attachment. What we can do with that, we'll be able to feed it bone meal, and it'll be able to instantly grow trees if we want to make it go quicker. We don't have to give it any of those. If we do, it'll just wait for trees to grow themselves. So you can have a real little track if you're feeding it bone meal all the time. Which you could feed it bone meal all the time. I mean, we've got a wither skeleton spawner. We could pulverise bones into bone meal. We could just have a little track, real tiny, that just has like 4 trees around it, and just constantly grow them. But I'm just kind of putting that in there just to show you it. I don't particularly need it. If you've got a bigger track, you don't need it. I ain't really got a massive amount of space, but I could just do a really big track right around my base if I wanted to, and you wouldn't need any bone meal then, because by the time the train goes round, that many trees will have grown. It'll have filled itself up anyway, you know. Anyway, next thing, storage. So these, look at these, take 25 each. These internal storage. Let's look at our cap there. We're up to 60. We can put storage on the outside. There's different types. Look, the ones on the outside are really cheap. Side chest 3. Top chest 6. I'm going to make one of these ones though. I'm going to make one of these internal ones. So let's get on with that. Do I only want one? I think one should do. I certainly think one should probably do, yeah. So chest lock, the pattern for that, and then chest pane. I think we've already got, haven't we? Is that what that is? Chest panes, yeah. I get chest pains when I eat too quick. Ha 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 ha. Funny joke, Echo. Shut up. Let's make one of them. Oops. What am I doing? Let's try that again. So actually encode the final thing there, of course. So internal. Add that into there. So you see we've got 4 storage slots. We're up to 84. We've got 17 minutes craft time. Add-ons. This is a really important bit for. I might add some more of them. I'll probably fill that up. Or will I? Could I add a solar engine? I like a bit of storage. I might add some more storage. And the important thing though, the really important thing if you're doing a forest tree farm is, it looks a bit like a tree. Where is it? Tree exotic. See that thing there? Add on there. Tree exotic. Takes an empty disk, some simple PCBs, some other stuff. So let's. I want the pattern for that. Encode. And I want the pattern for the disk. Code. Wonderful. So what that's going to let us do is do exotic trees. Now I want to test this on silverwoods as well. I don't know if that'll count, but one of them things there, type add-on. So that goes down here in the add-ons thing. That knocks us up to 114. See, that's got cost of 30. 114. So we could add more stuff on. We've got space. Let's have. Should we have a full set of chests? Let's have a full set of chests. What time are we on? 24 minutes. Let's have a full set of chests. Screw it. Int 2, 3. Begin. It should get us near our cap. 189. That's good enough, isn't it? Let's get it 40 minutes. So what we need to do is we need to get some coal. And I tried pumping the coal in yesterday, but it wasn't working. We always put coal in, use it up, click the assembly button there. It all vanishes. You're thinking, shit, what's going on? What it's doing is there. Look at that. We're at 0.29, 0.31%. We've got 40 minutes for this to go. I'm going to keep filling up with coal. I'm going to keep half an eye on it. Do a little bit of bee stuff while I'm waiting for this. So I'm going to break the camera now. I'll be back in about 40 minutes. Actually, I'm back, and there's still 35 minutes to go. I've only been gone like 4 minutes, 3 minutes. Put a bit more coal in there, let that carry on. Of course, the other thing we need to do is we need to sort out the track, which I ain't done yet. So we've got this thing here. The way you set this up, so basically what we're going to have is we are going to have the green cat side is touching the cat. So what we can do here is what I'm going to do, let me see if I'm doing this right. It's been a while since I've done one of these. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to have, in fact, let's have that green. What am I doing? Green. I'm going to disable that one. And I'm going to split that into 4. You can split it into colours as well, but split that into 4 different sections. This may or may not work. Let's change that to all cat. Right, all slots, yeah. So what we want to do, this one wants to be from the cat, so you click on that arrow there. So from the cat, so this will be the cat storage. Come on, storage slots. So that should empty any trees that the cat picks up. Then this one here, I'm going to want 2 engines. and this one I'm going to want to the fertilizer. Yeah? Yeah, that should work. And because the way I like to do this, I like to use another piece of material that we haven't made, another block. This may, and there goes the phone. This may not work. Let's see. I'll do it as best as I can remember. I'll say it's been a good few months since I've used one of these. One of this thing here called an external distributor. So let's encode that as well. Add that into our big pile of stuff. And let's make one of them. Thank you. External distributor. What this does is, this lets you, even though your train's only touching one side, so it's only touching the green side here, we can actually use this, and this has to go either underneath or on top of your cargo manager. It can't go anywhere else. It's got to either be underneath or on top of that, as far as I remember. What we can use now is all the different colour sides of this, so I could have wood and saplings coming out the blue, I could have fuel going in the red, and I could have fertiliser going in the yellow, for example. So what I'm going to do is I am going to have it so exactly that. So fuel's going to the resources I get are going to come out of that colour, and the resources I put in are going to come in there. This is a little bit of a little bit of guesswork. I'm going to use pipe wire on these, and what I've made is I've made some ender chests. So one of these ender chests needs to be cyan with a diamond on it. So basically what I'm saying is one of these is just going to put things straight into there. So the one that's got resources coming into it is going to go straight into there. So let's get 3 bits of cyan dye. 1, 2, 3, and of course a diamond, because I put a diamond on my main sortie chest. 1, 2, 3. That's triple white with a diamond. Okay, I don't think I've used triple white on its own yet, have I? Oh, I've used it for wool, haven't I? Yep, full of wool. Okay, so triple cyan with a diamond, and then these two, I'm going to make them yellow. Or am I? I am. I'm going to make these yellow. So let's get some yellow dye. Yellow dye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's break all these. And what I'm going to want is one of these yellow things full of charcoal. Now I've got loads of charcoal over here. I've got a shit ton of charcoal in there. I've got 21,000 charcoal that I'm not using. So I put down the one I didn't want to put down, of course. Because why would I put down the right one? Let's get as much charcoal as we can out of here. And just fill that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7ish. There we go. So we've got a chest full of charcoal there. That's plenty of fuel for us to be going on with. Let's jump over here and let's get some bone meal now. How much bone meal have I got? Oops, flying all over the place. 176. Let's start with a couple of stacks of that. 4,200 bones, aren't I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Have I put a bone meal recipe in here? I don't think I have. Nope, certainly haven't, have I? Let's do it. Let's put a bone meal recipe in. How much bone meal do I get from one bone? Is it 6? Come on. Slow ass NA8. Share plus is 3. Pulverizer is 6 yet. So I want a recipe that says 1 bone meal equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are you doing? 6. Crafts 6 bone meal with 1 bone. So all that bone meal can go back in there. And go to our pulverizer that we set up yesterday up here. And in its ME interface, We want to add that. So we can now make bone meal in there as well. So I can ask for craftable. Let's have 512 bone meal. There we go. And that should be pulverising. That's going down. That's going up. Wonderful. There we go. Nice and simple. Gets us some bone meal. Date can go in there. Charcoal. See, that's gone down to 43. We're up to about 10 minutes in. So you don't have to keep putting coal in there. But what we can do around here is what am I missing? I ain't got enough. I need another iron gate and another autarkic iron gate. Brick camera, I'll be back when I've made them because we will need them. See you in a bit. Okay, now I don't actually think I need that at all. Not for this one, because this one's just going to always come here, red pipe wire. This one can just always be on, so I can just do the standard autarkic gate for this one. Give me a bit of red pipe wire back, thank you. So this side is going to get a standard autarkic gate, and then this side is going to get an autarkic iron and gate and an iron and gate. And this will become apparent, so I'll explain my workings in a minute. So ender chest, the one that's triple yellow, this is the one that's got loads of coal in it, and this side is going to have the one that goes to my sorting system. Yep, that's good. So what we need to do then with this external distributor, what you can do with this, you can set the actual sides of, this is the sides of the external distributor, this is what you want to marry them up to up top. So what I can say is, for the blue side of this distributor, so there, I want it to interact with the green side, yeah, and I was having it top right, top left I mean, green side top left from the cart. So green side top left from the cart means anything in here should get pumped out of there, and I'm just going to have that to be items in inventory, energy pulser. So that should pulse any wood or saplings into my sorting system. Make sense? And this side, yellow, we're going to want yellow is to interact with green again, and it's going to be top right, is it? It's the engines, yeah. Green, top right to the cart. Green top right to the cart. And with this, what I actually want is, I want inventory empty, energy pulser. Red pipe signal, should I say. That one can go. Inventory empty, red pipe signal, and then on this side here, what we're going to want is red pipe signal. Might as well have it on both of these. It'll send us a bit extra. Energy pulser. So what that's going to do, it's going to put some coal down, which should go into that top right slot if I've done this right. And as soon as you get some in there, it's going to turn the red pipe signal off, so it'll stop. So I'll just put a bit in at a time, and look at that, that's pumped it straight back out. Son of a bitch. So it's pumped it into that one. See, I don't really get how this works. You fucking thing. Well, okay, that ain't working, is it? I'll be back in a bit. Okay then, so we are. I've just been back in my test world and saw I was set it up in there, and it's pretty much the same. But so I don't know what's going majorly different. Just putting one coal at a time here because I'm that tight. I've got like thousands of coal, but you know. So 50 seconds left. No, screw it, let's bang a couple more in there. Should do us. And while we're waiting for that, is what I've done over here is I've just added. This was a gold pipe under here. I've just dropped that chest down one. I've made it so that this is now a supply logistics pipe. I'm asking to keep a stack of charcoal stacked in there. So obviously charcoal can come out of that because I put a provider pipe on there. What that's doing, that's just keeping a stack of charcoal in the end of chest there. So that'll happily keep that with one floating stack in there. I can cover that back up. Wonderful. And we should be done over here. We should we? 99.7. Will we have enough? Oh, the drama. Son of a bitch, look at that. Boop, there we go. So there's our cart. As you can see there, let's stick out there, you can see it a bit better. Standard hull, coal engine, basic woodcutter, fertiliser, 4 lots of internal storage, and a tree exotic. You see my basic woodcutter there is at 100%, that because it's a basic one, that's going to wear down, the durability is going to wear down on that. So something else I need to learn is how we actually get the durability back onto that, or if we just need to make a new one. And that'll also mean learning how to actually modify an already built cart, which is something that didn't exist when I used it before. What I've got in here then is, I'm trying a different colour. I don't think this is going to work though. And there's my nephew having a little bit of a cry. Let's plonk that down there. I don't think this will fill him up. Will it? No, it won't, look. So if we're looking, now we've got this guy placed down, we've got... oh shit, yeah, I ain't done that bit, have I? I need to feed saplings back in, don't I? Out of fuel, of course it is. Internal chest, so there's the 4 internal chests that are taking up most of the space. Right, so let's work this out. So I don't want that there just a minute, let's pick that up a second. So these do all want to be green. Because green's the side that we're facing. Green. And that one wants to be disabled. Disabled, and what's that? What's going on there? Bastard. So even though, okay, when I had it on one side there, I started sending stuff there, didn't it? So I think the way I had this worked out on the one upstairs was, I had that blue side. How the hell did I have this? One of these was like this and one of them wasn't. 2 cart, yellow 2 cart, and then one of them was like that. Is that the right way? No. See, because it's taking the charcoal. So let's try that the other way around. Let's try from cart there and green there. Will that work? That might work. Let's try it that way. So let's put this guy down, and see, it's filled him up with that. It's filled him up with that. So it's put all the charcoal that was available in there. It's put all the bone meal that was available in there. We've of course got no saplings in, so it's not going to go anywhere. But that's kind of worked. It's not turned on. Why is this not turned on? Red pipe signal. Inventory empty. Well, that inventory's empty, so that ain't working either, is it? Son of a bitch. Actually, I want that yellow to interact with green. Oh, okay, because it's interacting with green. Okay, that makes more sense, doesn't it? Actually, I only want that to interact with top right. Now, if it's only interacting with top right, the signals come on. So does it recognise top right as being empty? It does. Wonderful. So I'll keep putting that on there. And if that keeps checking itself, it'll keep... Oh, it's fucked off. Where's he gone? So that'll keep putting a little bit in there, and I'll gradually keep that stocked up. The bone meal's just manual at the minute. So it's taking that. So that'll gradually get fuller. What we need is my 4 saplings, which I ain't got many of at all. But because we've got fertiliser in there, we shouldn't need many to start with. Sure, I saw them, there they are. 11 4 saplings. Let's see how this goes. Come here. Come here. So, there we go, because we've got the exotic upgrade, it lets us plant them. Just going to plant all 11 of them on its way out. Then when it comes back onto here, it should fertilise one of the first ones here. I think that's how it works. Let's have a look. So, a little bit of a waiting game here. I can hear a zombie pig man. Hello, Z-Stew. So, why is the fertiliser not working then? Well, the fertiliser certainly isn't working, is it? Let's turn that on to double as well. I want to fill it up a bit quicker. That'll send a bit more into there each time. And eventually, this guy's going to get full. Look, he's nearly full now. So it looks like the fertiliser don't work. It's a bit of a shame. Maybe the fertiliser maybe don't work on the exotic stuff. But I can prove that, I can show you that bone meal actually works. If we take some manual bone meal out of here, we can bone meal these guys up, and now we should start cutting. And here's a look. Now one of the things I need to see is, does this drop force nuggets when he's cutting them? And I don't think it will do. If it does drop force nuggets, I'm going to need... If it drops force nuggets, I'm going to need a golem, I think, to collect them. Well, that should do it. That should empty them into that slot, which is correct from the cart, and that should pump that into my sorting system. Excellent. So that bit's worked. And that's maintaining the stock in there. I think it's going well, gents. I think it's going well. And ladies, if there is any. Ouch. So let's manually bone meal a bit of this up then. Let's see, if you make a track big enough, you've got no need for bone meal at all. This could be bigger, but I didn't want to extend my base at the minute. I could, of course, as I mentioned, I could do a track all the way around the outside of the base if I wanted to. But that'll give it a bit of work to do there. You'll see that things it's chopping down saplings at the minute. So it's gradually chopping saplings down. They'll go straight into there if this is full. So it's clever in the fact that it knows that saplings want to be here, so as long as it gets saplings from cutting trees down, it'll put the saplings straight into its woodcutter. So the saplings will go straight into there. Once that's full, the saplings will go into here and will get put out into that. So as long as it keeps working, this should stay. This should keep saplings in it. Now we've got plenty to go at now, so that's working wonderfully. So you can see they're just going into my network. So the next step in the network is to set up a squeezer and a liquid tesseract to squeeze that into liquid force and send it to the force tank. You see this guy will fill up. That's maintained its fuel level. So each time it needs a bit more fuel, it'll take it, and this tank, this chest should always have 64 in it because of the logistics pipe at the other end. So that's all working brilliantly. The only thing that doesn't work is the bone meal bit. That's not a big deal, like I said. Not a massive deal. Depending on how many engines we make and how quick we start using liquid force, we may have to look at making a bigger farm. So let's see how much of the storage we've used, just sort of interest. We haven't used one thing, so one chest would have been fine. I've got well carried away with them 4 internal chests. Well carried away. So yeah, we could have just had one, but no big deal. And now that should have 9 more saplings in there. So each time it goes around, it adds a few more saplings, as you see. And the way you want to do this is you want one gap like so. So because there's 2 there, you can do a line of saplings up this bit of the track, and then a line of saplings down this bit because it's got a gap either side. I've gone 3 here just because I made it look even with that, but I could have gone 2 gap there. Because I've gone 3, look, we've got an actual gap through the middle. But that is, I'm happy with that. So there is a little force farm. So that'll keep going around in circles until one grows, until you find one that's grown. That's what I say, if you make it big enough, by the time it goes round, it'll always find one that's grown. You know what I mean? So it won't have any of this idling, because there'll always be something there for it. So okay, let's go inside then. So the next bit would be to Get a squeezer, of which I've made far too many of. So, got plenty of them. Can pull this back in there. And then we'll set up a squeezer upstairs with its own tesseract and a basic input thing. So okay, what do we need? We need basic export bus. This is in... no, not an import. Bugger it. Bus. Basic export bus. One of them, please. Thank you. We need some power. We've got that power sorted. We need a couple of liquid tesseracts. Turns out I've got two. Wonderful. Got two already. So what I'm going to do with this is, where shall I put it? It's getting a bit messy in here, isn't it? I'm going to use the middle as well, by the way. I just haven't worked out how I'm going to use the middle yet. This is going to be temporary. I'm going to sling this temporarily. I'm going to sling it temporarily there. There, fuck it. So I need one of them. I'll tidy this up at some point, but I want to do it during the episode just to show you the next step. Like, so I want to squeeze there. I'm going to want to swap that ME cable there. Just break the network for a second for a basic import bus. Thank you. And then squeezer goes on there. Oh, and there's something I hadn't shown you actually. I didn't show you this in the episode, did I? Transfer nodes. So I don't actually have something to show you. Let's look at a transfer node. Did I put it in here? No, I didn't. Okay, I was saving it for the episode then. It must have been. What we do want out of here is we want to find one force log, which we've got 90 of already. That's 10 buckets worth up to now. There's some in there as well, I'll get rid of them. They'll be into the blocks chest, don't they? One force log. Force log. Funny. Force log wants to be put into the bus there, so it knows that that's what's meant to go in here. That'll start squeezing it into liquid force. Wonderful. That bit done. So yeah, these things, transfer nodes from extra utilities. Now if you remember when I set this up yesterday, I had 2 liquid ducts and a lever to go to the tesseract. Well, this is kind of cool because you only need one block. So let's add transfer node to the system. It's in extra utilities. Extra. And there it is, transfer node liquid. You need to make a basic transfer node first. So it needs to be able to make them items. So I've added any of these to it. I don't think I have, don't think so. No, I was clearly saving it for the episode and forgot all about it. So let's do that then. So we're going to want to be able to make, we need to be able to make transfer pipes in code. We need to be able to make transfer node in code. I'm pretty sure we can make a hopper. We can, good stuff. And we need to be able to make liquid transfer node in code. And can we make buckets? We can make buckets, wonderful. So even though these are extra utilities, I'm going to bang them in with the vanilla stuff for now. There we go, so we can make liquid transfer nodes now. So let's make one. We should craft everything we need for this. Let's see. Excellent. One transfer node for liquid. And so what this does, this negates the need for using more than one square, which is really nice if you ask me. This is going to go to what we've got here. Disable that. Owner only, honey in, creosote in and out. So 10, 11, 12, 13. So 14 is going to be force in. and then 15 is going to be force out, so we'll just set that up. But then we'll go back to 14 because that's where we want to be. So owner only, send only, force out, wonderful. So with this transfer node liquid, all we've got to do is click it on the side there and see that that knows that it's to transfer to that. So that's pushing it out now, wonderful. You see we've got logs going into there still. Let's go across to our tank farm. Right down the end here. It's actually just filling up the buffer in the tesseract at the minute, isn't it? So owner only, receive only, force in, click. Disable that. That should be going up. Why you not go up? Owner only, receive only, disabled. What have I done wrong? Done something wrong. Let's have a look. Owner only, send only. I didn't change this fucking channel back, did I? Cock. Force in. That's disabled. So let's try that again. I've got no idea how long the episode is, none whatsoever. I'm guessing it's going to be long enough to finish. There we go, 52, 53. So we've got liquid force coming in, and that's fully automated. We should never have to touch that again. That should just nicely fill up. So what I've done here, because the tesseract pumps out on its own, I've used a liquid duct still. And coming out the tank there, I've used one of them liquid transfer nodes into a tesseract. But this is a bit overkill using two tesseracts. Don't really need to be honest. We could use one tesseract, share it, I think, with send receive, make a loop, but I kind of like the look of it as well, so I don't mind using more tesseracts. So I'll probably at some point change all these ender tanks into that little tidy system there with the two buried tesseracts. So that's my honey one, as you can see, and there we go. Nicely filling up with 100 millibuckets per log. And let's go quickly then. I'm going to wrap up the episode. So I apologise if it's too long or too short. I don't know which way it's going to be. But it's a good natural wrapping up point. There we go. We've got a tree there ready to be harvested. We've got a little bit of charcoal in there as we should have. That's the only thing we should see in there, a little bit of charcoal. We can disable this because we've got no need for it. All the different things you can have, it's crazy. And then our guy there should have plenty of fuel, and he has. He's got no saplings left, has he? So we're in negative. Well, we're not, because we're gradually filling it up. So at the minute we've got less. We haven't got, still haven't got enough saplings to fill the thing up. But yeah, very good. As always, thank you very much for watching. And I believe, when's this episode going out? Yeah, so there's I should have said at the start of the episode, there is a live stream going on after this episode. So all the way through this episode you should have had a little thing up in that corner there saying live stream coming up. If that's gone, then the live stream's already finished and you're watching this later on. But if you're watching this when it first came out at 1 GMT Wednesday afternoon, then there'll be a live stream at 2 GMT. So hopefully if you can, you'll join me for that. Cheers, bye.